Hey everybody, it's Mocha D. Happy Sunday. Love you guys mucho as always. Mwah, 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 mwah. So today we're tuning in for another hot topic. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe, like, and view my YouTube channel and watch all these amazing videos that I'm giving you today. And tonight, how do you know you found the right one? Right? After doing the work, working on yourself, being single for a while, dating, how do you know that you found the right one? So I narrowed it down to some few tips of how you know. And trust me, before this happens, you have to kiss a lot of frogs. I mean, it's just the nature of the game, because once you worked on yourself, you've evolved. Once you left that past relationship and worked on yourself, you are now a new person. So your requirements may become different. But there is some core rules of how you know you found the right one. And one thing that I've noticed is always listen to your heart, because it never lies. And when I say listen to your heart, it's a combination of mind and heart. We don't only listen to one, right? It has to make sense. And it has to make sense because what feels good here should also feel good here. Don't just let one area control your lifetime partner, right? Because we're dating to get married, right? That's the goal. If you're dating to get married and you've been single and you've worked on yourself and you've evolved to this amazing person where you are confident in who you are as a person, and not only confident, you have dreams, goals, aspirations, and now you want to share those dreams and goals, you want to make sure that you've selected the right individual. So how do you know? Well, I've narrowed it down to some few tips and also extra dating tips. So number one, he's into you or she's into you and what you like, right? Many times, if I don't like, I'm not a big sport fan, but if my partner's into it, hey, and I want to eat dinner, I'm like, babe, let's go to Buffalo Wild Wings where you can watch the game, I can have some food, and we can have some good conversation in between the break of the games, right? It's about negotiation. So your partner is willing to negotiate on what they like and what you like. And of course, you guys still are going to remain individuals and do things individually. If your person is not a gym brat like me, and you go to the gym 5 times out of the week, one time maybe he wants to come with you, but the other 4 times you go by yourself. Because remember, you never lose your identity or friendships while you're in a relationship. Always keep those things strong. And I strongly urge that because I feel like with women, a lot of times we get into relationships and we lose our friends. Why? Because we think that we have to give one to get the other. But that's not how it works. Men rarely do that, right? They get into relationships, still maintain their friendships, still maintain their hobbies. And I feel like as women, sometimes we get caught up in being in the family that we forget to still hone in on what it is that you like to do. And I always say, as a woman, don't care what it is, I'm gonna have my hair done, nails done, and those are just a basic requirement, and a massage once a month. Also, I'm always going to stay fit. I'm always going to take care of me and my daughter. And my hobbies, I'm always going to continue to write. I'm always going to continue to work out. I'm never going to lose those things. And my sisters, I don't even just say my girls, my sisters, we're always going to be close, because those are the people that you're going to run to when your relationship eventually has problems, which every relationship does. And your family, of course. Never lose sight of that off of a relationship, because remember, you still are you. Never lose you because you are now in a relationship. Always remember to still be you and own you, and make sure that person loves you for you. Now, the next topic that we're going to get into is how you know you found the right one is date your type. You know, through the dating process, I tend to give people chances. And it wasn't necessarily chances or guys that I really liked, but if they were a good guy, I was like, man, I should really try to date this person. He's a good guy. You know, he might be a good role model to my daughter. But then I realized, like, when you don't truly like the person and you're just not settling, but settling for their qualities in a sense, you're not getting what you want. And eventually, little things that they do will aggravate you. It'll aggravate them. It'll never feel like they're able to please you. So it's a disservice to you and to them. So I definitely say date people that you like. Definitely give people chances. I definitely say that. But, you know, if that's not your cup of tea, if that guy doesn't make you go, or that girl doesn't make you go, like, And there's different ways to make you do that, both mentally, physically, and all different types of areas. And if they don't do that for you, then they just don't do that for you. And you shouldn't settle. And I find when you settle, like, it makes them aggravated. It makes you aggravated at them. It makes you feel like you're carrying them. Date the dudes and date the women that you like. Don't ever settle because this person's a great person. There's a lot of good people that are going to have qualities that you like. Tip number 3, follow your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, it usually because it isn't right. Right? Something's not making sense. Either the person is lying. Like, let me tell you a little story. There was this guy that I was dating. And I don't know, every time, you know, he asked me to be his girl, every time that I would speak to him, he wasn't home. So I'm like, you know, you're not home. And he'll be like, yeah, I am home. But he would never FaceTime me at home. Long story short, me and him never really got deep into it because I listened to my intuition. And I ended up telling him, like, I don't think this is going to work because, like, I just don't feel, something doesn't feel right. And believe it or not, God is so good. A week later, a girl calls me and says, this is my man and this is the things that he does. He does this all the time, da-da-da-da-da. And I thank God that I listened to my intuition in that situation because he also lied that he had a child. He lied about where he lived. I mean, people really lie. So listen to your intuition. If it doesn't feel right, stop. Don't try to hold on to something because trust me, the internet, social media, all of that, it's impossible for you not to find your one at this point. You're going to find that person that wants the same things that you want. But don't rush the process, baby girl. Or sir, handsome, whatever I call my people that are listening right now. Don't rush the process. Listen to your intuition. Listen, because trust me, that has saved me in a lot of situations. Communication. Communication is the most important for me because I don't care what anybody says. I need somebody that communicates well. Communication is the key to success, right? When your boss tells you something, they write it down in an email because they want you to communicate. I'm the type of girl, I would like to hear from you in the morning, somewhat during the day, and a little bit at night. We have that one-day conversation. I know a lot of people are not using their phones and they just texters. Listen, don't come my way because I need good communication. If a guy can't give me that, see this? Sis have no problem. No problem. And I think everybody needs that. Listen, there's plenty of people out here. Keep yourself, that's what I tell people, keep yourself looking right. They'll come. The right person will come. For one guy that doesn't want to send you good morning, honey, there's 10 of them that will. For one girl that doesn't want to reply to your text, there is one that will, that would appreciate you texting her and wanting to FaceTime. So don't ever settle for that. No, good communication. When people want to make time for you, they absolutely will. Believe me, sis. You know I love to get crazy when I'm trying to make points, guys. Love you guys mucho. And what is this? Number 6. He asks you or she asks you to be his boyfriend or girlfriend, right? Don't ever think because things is going right that that's your man or that's your girl. No, we still taking it back to elementary. Yes or no, will you be my girlfriend? Good communication, guys. We have to have this discussion because we both got to be on the same page whether we want to make this official. There's a difference in dating and there's a difference in being in a relationship, right? Dating is you're dating multiple people. You could date 5 people. I could date 5 people. When we're in a relationship, we're together. We're building on a marriage and a partnership and, you know, trying to build a foundation, have children and so forth. There's a big difference, right? Make sure that y'all have this conversation and you or him are not thinking y'all this when y'all not. Okay? Also, this is just a tip. Always do your part, right? Number 6 is always do your part. Always be working on yourself, challenging yourself, making sure that you're keeping yourself up to date cooking, cleaning, and it should be down the middle, right? It's learning each other's love language. So do your part in learning your partner's love language, and vice versa. He or she should be doing the same thing for you. Learn each other's love languages, because that makes for a healthy therapeutic relationship and good communication. So learn what your partner likes, definitely learn what they like, both in the bed and communication, conversation, what kind of books, challenge each other all the time. Say, this week we'll go out, I'm treating you on the date, babe, or next week I'm gonna treat you on the date, babe, or new activities, new books, like, babe, we're reading this book this month and then we'll discuss it and stuff like that. New movies, documentaries. Always do your part to make your relationship work. Okay, also, tip number 7. Make them earn your love. Listen, there's no time frame in saying when you should be in a relationship with anybody or when you shouldn't, but it should be earned. They should be giving you their time. They should be giving you good communication. It should gradually go from once a week to 2 times a week to 3 times a week, or whatever, living together, marriage, boyfriend. Make them earn it. Don't just, as soon as you meet, boom, 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 we're in a relationship. No, get time to know that person. Make them earn your respect and your love for them and appreciation. The longer you take sometimes to be in a relationship, the better it is. It's like tea that sits, it gets sweeter, right? And it gets more, and wine, it gets more sweeter, more better, and tastes better. So earn it. Like, don't rush, don't try to rush the process. Don't try to rush the process. And then, I can't do this enough, only get into a relationship when you feel like you've done the work and you're truly healed and you are an asset and not a liability to somebody, right? I think when you first get into a relationship, right, you're trying to mask your wounds. When you first get out of a relationship, you're trying to mask those wounds and not deal with them. And then you might rush into a relationship that is not that healthy for you. But what I've learned is, like, when you heal those wounds and you become stronger and you become okay with being by yourself, you become a better partner, because you know what you want and you're not coming from a broken place. When you come from a broken place, you tend to hurt people and you tend to be more needy because you're trying to mask instead of trying to heal. And that's something that I believe in. Heal before trying to get into a relationship. And trust me, it took me many years to understand that. I was married, I had a long-term relationship, and it took me many years to get to where I'm at, to get into the relationship that I'm in now. It took me many years to get to that point. And that's why I believe, like, who you are at 25 is definitely not who you are at 30. And that's why I just love getting into this new era of my life, because it's like now you have the tools, right? You spend your 20s trying to build those tools, but at 30 you have those tools if you've done the work. And that's why I urge people to please do the work. It's not a race. I know as women we have biological clocks, and I get it, but remember, when it's come to making a partner, it is a soul tie, and soul ties you must stay serious. So I'm gonna conclude, and I'm gonna, at the end of the video, the tips are gonna be there and you guys can review it and write it down. I always say, write what you want into fruition. Make sure you're checking it off and make sure you're really doing the work that I'm telling you guys to do, because trust me, it will help you. And it's Mocha D. I'm tuning out. Love you guys mucho. The tips will be at the end, exactly what I wrote down. And I'm tuning out, guys. Happy Sunday. Love you guys mucho.